Welcome to 2 Minutes on Grace today, and I want to share with you a principle about generosity. But generosity of what we have received by grace and in grace through Jesus Christ. The writer John, who was an eyewitness to all of Jesus' ministry, his death, his burial, and his resurrection, he wrote this: "For out of his fullness, the superabundance of his grace and truth, we have all received grace upon grace." In other words, spiritual blessing on spiritual blessing, favor upon favor, and gift heaped upon gift. The Amplified has it. So, so often we get bogged down in right or wrong. Once we've received the grace of God and through Jesus Christ, and we begin to experience a little bit of favor, and we begin to understand the difference between acceptable and not acceptable before God, and then all of a sudden we kind of get bound up in the way it used to be. And so without realizing, oftentimes we begin to look to merit God's continued graciousness on our life. And that verse just says that in the place of God's graciousness, in the place of God's favor, in the place of God's gifts, because of what Christ has done, there's just more gifts. So much so that this same witness, John, he said, hey, you know what? Moses brought us this definition of right or wrong and what God demands. But you know what? Jesus came and he met those demands, and in meeting those demands, made available for all of us what? Grace, favor, supernatural gifts, and supernatural gifts. And so why do we struggle to give it away? Well, sometimes it's because we just don't know what we've received. We don't realize that we still think, okay, well, I want to treat other people as I want to be treated, because then that way I'll gain favor with God. Sometimes it's just, we think it's tolerance. But tolerance doesn't relieve us and doesn't help us forgive. And sometimes it's just merit or demerit. So today, in this few minutes that I have left, these actual seconds, I just want to encourage you to be generous. Be generous with the forgiveness, with grace of God, and give people what they could never merit, and give it to them even though you think there's demerit in their lives. God bless you.